I knew nothing. So I was really taken aback when I saw it. I looked at Damien and I just said, "What's wrong with you? You're just twisted."
Let's just say a lot of people are like, when are you going to do a comedy that I can watch? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
Normally, I'm talking to rock stars, but today it's just to beautiful movie stars. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. You're coming to town doing the historic Howell Theater coming up next weekend on at the end of March there. And you're going to be signing autographs, the Q&A, the whole thing. By the way, speaking of rock stars, are you a rock fan at all?
I am, yeah.
And who do you like?
Oh God, now I'm on the spot. I love music. I could see anybody. I don't know that I have a favorite band. Um, but yeah, no, I love shows, concerts, rock stars, everything.
You've been to a lot of them?
A lot of shows, yeah. Yeah, big time. I live across the street from the Beacon Theater, so I'm always going over there to see stuff. MSG, New Orleans, we have so much music, so yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorites from New Orleans is Phil from Pantera.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's great. That's so true. I don't remember where he went to high school, but I think I know some people that know him. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, you're coming to town. You're gonna be signing autographs and pictures and the Q&A and the whole thing. So tell me about Terrifier 2 and tell me about what that's done to your career, to your life.
um, to my life, it kind of flipped it upside down. I really didn't expect it to be the crazy hit that it was. But yeah, it's opened up like a whole new world for me. I wasn't a horror fan, so this whole, the conventions and meeting the fans and all that is really new and fun. And yeah, I mean, career-wise, you just keep moving forward. That's the business.
Yeah. So so are you more of a horror fan now?
I pay attention.
Okay.
I have started watching more, but no, like I had never even seen Terrifier 1.
Yeah. I love those. Don't take offense to this, but I always with Terrifier I always like kind of describe those movies as dumb and fun, and they're so much fun to watch. Just like the Monkey. I don't know if you've seen that recently. It's kind of in the same vein.
I haven't seen it, but I know it's out right now. So I'll wait for it on a plane. But yeah, no, I think that's what people really gravitated to with Terrifier is just it's campy. You can't take it seriously and it's fun and it's ridiculous and yeah, I don't know, it just works.
No, it's so. So, did you watch the first one before you started cutting your parts for the second?
I got cast and I watched it and yeah.
And then did you were you getting buyer's remorse?
Yeah, I was literally like, I don't know that I want to do this. It was just not anything I'd ever seen before. And my husband just looks at me and he's like, "You've got to be kidding me." And I was like, "Well, here we go."
So then
So,
you take your husband to the premiere, I'm sure. What does he think then?
oh, he loves it. He loves it. He loves David. He's just such a fan and he's so supportive. He's great.
It is kind of wild how Art the Clown does stuff. He doesn't talk. He doesn't make noise.
He doesn't speak ever. And
Right.
what's so funny is he's so kind and sweet and funny and charming, but he just never speaks in anything he's in.
Yeah. And so when you go in this, do you know about your ultimate demise in the movie?
No, I knew nothing. So I was really taken aback when I saw it. I had no idea about the mashed potato scene. And I was like, "Are really?" And then, I was with Casey. We saw it together in Austin. I mean, we're going back like we shot this 5 years ago. And I didn't know about her scenes. I didn't know anything. And I looked at Damien and I just said, "What's wrong with you? Like, you're just twisted."
Yeah.
Really?
That's it's yeah, there's some wild stuff that happens in the Terrifier movie. Of course, being a guy, you probably know which scene I was most affected by in that particular movie. But I'm gonna be talking to Casey later. What should I ask her about?
Oh gosh, I don't know. She's so funny. You can ask her anything. We're going to London tomorrow. So I'm gonna see her and she's just such a good friend and she's so fun.
Are you going there because of the movie?
Yeah.
Wow, this movie's kind of afforded you the chance to do a lot of things.
It really has. just meeting all the fans, and we haven't done the UK yet, Casey and I, so it's exciting to meet, that whole other group of fans. So it's awesome.
Yeah, real fast, going back to the movie, you said you filmed this 5 years ago. Was this right around the pandemic?
We started like January, February, and then shut down March.
Okay.
And then it was just sort of like I think they did some filming, just real grassroots. And then I kicked back up, I think in June or July. And yeah, it was real, just bare bones, like 4 people on set. Just yeah, so it was a huge gap during COVID.
So you talk about how you're going to London, you're going to be meeting fans. You've been doing this now for a couple of years. What are some crazy things they bring to you or for you to sign?
I've been really lucky. Like I am not, no one has a tattoo of my face on them. Like, the worst I've gotten is a box of mashed potatoes. So I have been really lucky. Like, I can't say the same for Casey. I think she's
Oh,
gotten
all
the
right.
brunt of it.
All right. Got
But yeah, I've been lucky. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Barb was so wretched. It's like,
that's right. All right, last thing here for you. We'll cut you loose. Thank you so much for your time. Of course, we'll see you coming up on Saturday, March 29th. What do you have coming up in the future? You working on some stuff?
just auditioning. I did do a really cool short with the slash tag guys. Say that 3 times real fast. So I'm really excited for that to come out. I get to play the evil person this time, so that was really fun. But yeah, that's it. Just keep moving forward, and I'm really excited to come to Detroit and meet everybody. And I haven't done a screening in like a year and a half, so I'm super excited to answer some questions and see what's up.
Have you been here before?
No, I'm really excited.
Okay. Yeah, Howell's great. Howell's like, obviously in the suburbs, probably about a half hour away from the city, but it's a great older town. I think this place might be haunted. Just saying.
Really? I
So
love that.
I have a haunted Michigan podcast, and I recall some of the paranormal investigators talking about this place. So
That's so exciting. I love that stuff.
it's old school. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you coming up here in a couple weeks.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Casey, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
Coming to town Saturday, March 29th, the historic Howell Theater. I see from your Instagram, and by the way, thanks for the follow back, that you really like to travel, huh?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, and earlier today, Sarah was telling me you guys are heading to London pretty soon.
Yeah, we are. We'll be there. I'm literally leaving this evening. We're going to London because we have an event in Manchester this weekend. And so we just decided to stop in London first.
No,
So,
that's
yeah.
great. As I asked her, I'll ask you, I guess, the same question. How has your life and maybe even your career changed from being in the Terrifier movies?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like, it's opened certain doors, introduced me to a lot of really amazing people in the industry and specifically in the horror community as well. A lot of just really inspiring fellow actors and filmmakers and people like that. So it's been, yeah, it's been wild. And I think it's just wild to be a part of something that has a fandom at all. So um, yeah, so it's been really, I mean, it's been nice, it's been a nice little boost, I suppose.
Now, are
So
you a horror fan yourself?
I mean, I would say I'm a horror fan. Like I really love ghost stories and like psychological like horrors and things like that. Yeah, I love challenging horror films to scare me. So that's definitely, yeah, it's definitely a fun thrill that
Yeah.
I've always gotten.
I just happened to see before I got on with you the I saw a screen grab of that horror psychological thriller that Keanu Reeves was in. That was a wild one. I'm blanking on the name, but do you know what I'm talking about?
Um,
Where the two girls knocked at his door, then they kind of blackmailed him for all intents and purposes. It was a great movie.
okay, is that heretic or no? That's a
Uh,
different
I can't recall. Anyways, I should have even brought it up. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember watching it going, oh my God. But
Yeah.
anyways, as far as Terrifier 2 is concerned, what did relatives of the people closest to you think about your demise?
I mean, it was rough. I will admit not everyone watched it. Um, I was like, it's okay. It's okay if you don't watch this because I understand that. It's just for people who don't like watching gory things in the first place. I was like, I take no offense to you not watching this, but it was definitely, let's just say a lot of people are like, when are you going to do a comedy that I can watch? Um, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Do you have some future projects on deck?
I have some projects right now that are in post-production, mostly like thriller, like horror thriller, and then like a drama, like a short drama. But yeah, so some stuff that we're working on in post-production right now. Writing a few things myself, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And like I mentioned, you're coming to town at the Historic Howell Theater coming up on March 29th, Q&A.
Yes.
People will be able to take pictures, get stuff signed. Now, I asked Sarah what are some crazy stuff that she's had to sign. She says, well, I really haven't had, too many crazy things I've signed, but she goes, Casey has. So what have you signed?
I mean, I feel like I've signed salt canisters for people. Um, I've signed someone's arm who had a tattoo, and I think that signature got tattooed
Mm.
onto his arm. He had a tattoo of my character. Um, and then like people will give you quirky little gifts and things like bringing like fake like bleach bottles or like things like that. Um, which is like it's just funny. Like they like little, I don't know, they'll just bring little quirky gifts to the table as well. But yeah, but it's always fun. I mean, there's always so many interesting people to meet.
Yeah. Did you ever think that you would be like when you decided you wanted to act or whatever that you'd be in a situation where you're like part of one of the most gory death scenes in horror history?
No, no, not at all. I did not. So it's funny because I always thought I would just be like, dramas, like ingenue, like that was kind of where I was coming out of acting school. And then I started getting more into like the psychological, like thrillers and like things like that. And then I was like, oh, I guess I can do this, and started just getting cast in thrillers and horrors. And um, yeah, so I think that came as a surprise because I had always done dramas before, um, and kind of thought that that's where I would just stay. But so it's been fun. It's been fun because I really think that it is emotionally like it is sort of a challenge for an actor, and I think it says a lot when a director trusts you with something like that. So um, yeah, so that was, I don't know. I was like, I guess I can do this. This is great.
I like some of the behind the scenes stuff you had when you were filming. You took your phone to the room where they were filming. It's just kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the sets that they built them in a barn upstate New York. So it was cool. It was great. They did such great work on all of that, all the production. Yeah.
I didn't know whereabouts in upstate New York.
It was like outside of Albany.
Okay.
So middle of nowhere, really, but like up north towards Albany.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Well,
Yeah.
Casey, we'll let you go, but I appreciate your time Saturday, March 29th at the Historic Howell Theater for signings, Q&A, and of course, everybody gets to watch Terrifier 2 once again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm so excited.